Hello, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how you can use the economic calendar in your trading. So the topics that we'll cover today is the economic calendar tools and how you can use it, how different news affects the market, and I'll also show you examples of how the news release normally affects the markets. So the first thing is the economic calendar or the tools that you use to check the economic calendar. So we have so many tools that people use, but the one that I highly recommend is the one called Forexfactory. You'll just go check forexfactory.com. Then once you get to forexfactory.com, make sure you click on calendar. You'll see this tab called calendar. Once you click on this tab calendar, you will get access to such a calendar. So now most of the time, what you normally have here, you'll have the first column, the dates, which shows the dates. And on these dates, you can always filter. If I click here, you can filter to which dates you want to see the news release. When a new week starts, I always recommend you can filter from Monday to Friday so that you can have a look at the news release for Monday to Friday of that trading week that you're starting. So if I do that 17th to 23rd, this is what I get. It shows me all the news release that is available from this day, from Monday till Friday. So that is for the date part. Here, this is just time. As for time, you can set it to your local time. For me here, I've set it to show me the news release for my local time, which is Nairobi. So you can set to your local time. Then here, currencies. This shows just the currencies, the news release from the different currencies. And you really don't have to have all the currencies here. You can go to filter and filter out to only show you the currencies that you want. You can decide to do all and it will show you news releases for all currencies. If you trade the major pairs like me, the only news release I'm interested in is Euro, GBP, and USD. Those are the only news release I'm interested in. So those are the ones that I will select and I will have it here. Then now the next thing is impact. This one is now very, very important because impact, it shows the kind of impact the news release will have on the market. So as you can see, we have gray folders, orange folders, and red folders. So red folders shows that the news release will have a very high impact on the market. And most of the time, if you're trading US major pairs, gold and indices, USD pairs, you really need to have USD pairs on your currencies marked because you're going to watch the news release of these currencies and you really need to watch out for red folders. And the red folders that you need to watch out for mostly for USD pairs is FOMC news released. This one is normally released after every 6 weeks. Then we have one called CPI. CPI is normally released once every new month, and most of the time it's normally released on Wednesday, the second week of the month on Wednesday. Then we have one called non-farm employment or NFP. So NFP is normally released the first Friday of a new month. That is when NFP is released. So those are some of the red folder news that you really need to be wary of because they really affect the market. And you most of the time you don't want to be in a trade during a red folder, which is high impact news release, because if you enter a trade during that time, you find that the slippage is so high. So that makes trading at that time very, very expensive. And also, most of the time, some of these news release they affect the market where you find the market will move up and down. You just in one candle, you find one candle moving 25 pips, 30 pips, 40 pips. So you see, if you're in a trade, chances of you being your stop loss being hit is high. So what is normally recommended, just wait for 15 minutes after the news has been released, and then now you can look for your trades and enter your trades. So this right here is an example of a chart of a red folder news release. So this one was NFP news release. As you can see what happened, it created a gap. The moment the news was released, a gap was created. So if you had bought or if you were buying, if you were in a long trade around here, you see the news release would have affected you. If let's say you wanted to enter a trade during this time, because of this gap, slippage might affect your trade and your trade might be filled down here. So your stop loss, if your stop loss was above here, you're going to end up having a very huge stop loss, which maybe was not your intention because you wanted to enter at around somewhere here is shorting this trade. So that is why it's always recommended during red folder news, you just wait for the news to be released before you look for a trade. Then we have orange folders. Orange folder, this one shows medium impact expected, which means the news release will have a medium impact on the market. And this one, it's okay. You can trade during medium impact release because they really don't have so much impact on the markets. So here, gray folder, as you can see, Monday, Feb 17th, we have a gray folder, bank holiday, US have a holiday, which is President's Day. As you can see, President's Day, that is the holiday they have. So on this day also, if your currency that you're trading has a holiday, it is also recommended not to trade on that day because most of the time the markets will just consolidate. So this is an example of a chart of a bank holiday. Today is Feb 17th, the bank holiday that we have in US. This is gold. As you can see, this market has just consolidated the whole day. So if you were to enter a trade anywhere around here, you chances are high your trade will not have moved as you would have wanted it to. So lastly, if you're trading for a prop firm, most of the time prop firms normally have new rules about news trading. So anytime any prop firm you trade tell you that you should not trade during news release, most of the time they mean the red folder news release. So if you're trading with a prop firm during red folder news release, just don't trade at that time. Wait for 15 to 30 minutes for you to look for a trade. Also depending on your prop firm rules, if they have rules on time, at what time, after what time you should trade after the news has been released. So yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Have a good day.